Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Hill. I'm a psychotherapist, hypnotherapist at St. Charles Counseling, coming at you on day 4 of the quarantine. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little stir crazy. I had a conversation with a spider yesterday. Seemed nice enough. He was a web designer. Wah, wah. All right, I am getting a little loopy. So maybe you are too. And because of that, I've come up with 6 ideas, suggestions on how you can cope and get through the current social situation, being away from people, not being able to work or go to school. Number 1 is to avoid or limit your contact with social media or even watching the news. What we know about the media is it tends to focus on fear and create panic, and that we definitely don't want to spread. One of the things that I really like is data, and there's a wonderful website called worldometers.info. It's real-time data showing the number of people who are infected, the number of people who are recovering, and again, that website is worldometers, meters.info / or / I never know the difference, just / and then coronavirus. What the media is not telling us is that 96% of those who do contract the virus fall into the mild to moderate category. The other 4% fall into the serious or critical category. Also, the latest numbers also are showing that of those where there is an outcome, a resolution to the infection, 86% of those are being discharged from hospital or their symptoms have subsided, versus the other 14% who, unfortunately for them, the illness has been vital. So I think the most important thing about this is to maintain or keep a healthy perspective. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't serious, actually the opposite. I'm suggesting that we take it seriously, we take all the precautions, but again, we don't want to feed into the panic and fear that is very common. Number 2, take care of yourself. Self-care right now is really important. Again, know that the amount of stress, anxiety is high. For me, one of the most difficult things about this whole situation is the unknown. If I were to know that on April 7th, I could go back to work, I could see clients, I would be able to go and visit with my family, that would be different. But just the not knowing when my life is going to go back to normal is what causes me some stress. In terms of self-care, vitamin D, going outside, very important. When the weather is warmer, if you can wear a t-shirt or do something where your skin is exposed and has direct contact with the sunlight, that will help your body produce vitamin D. Know that the levels of vitamins go down in the winter, so we're already feeling a little bit blue on top of everything that's going on. Another thing that you can do is find a way to exercise at home. Many of us are struggling because our gyms are closed. So what we want to be able to do actually is to create exercises at work. Now, I have recently, yesterday, did lunges down the hallway, and I was carrying 2 jugs of milk. Try it. It's really hard. Another way to get some good exercise and build muscle is to go up and down the stairs several times. That also can be challenging if you want to do it 2 steps at a time. Trust me, you're going to feel the burn. Walking around your yard, getting fresh air, going to a high school parking lot where no one is there and just walking around. Again, key is physical activity because your brain releases endorphins and adrenaline, and those are feel-good chemicals. Tip number 2.1, if you are a parent and you have children at home, do not know that, this is a very challenging time for them. From ages 5 and up, children are very focused on their friends, and they get a lot of positive reinforcement from being around their peer group, their friend group. And without having that, I'm seeing a lot of kids kind of going at each other. There's a lot of conflict at home. The best suggestion that I have for that is physical separation, literally. Get them apart. You can go on a walk or do a card game or a board game with one of your children alone, and then do the same or similar thing with another child. Right now, the less contact they have, the better. The other thing that is helpful is know that this is stressful for them too. Going to school, as much as they say they don't like it, they miss it. Trust me. I run an adolescent support group, and that's the common thing. Believe it or not, parents, the kids miss school. And now they may not miss the homework and things and the teachers and the like, but what they do miss is the structure, the predictability, the schedule. Now that is something that you can actually recreate at home. I'm suggesting that parents create a schedule. You can post it on the refrigerator or on the wall or another visible location, and have it delineated and marked out certain blocks of time. Wake up at 8, breakfast 8:30 to 9, schoolwork 9 to 10:30, break, lunch, homework, time on our technology break or whatever it is. If they know in advance what their day is going to look like, that provides them with a sense of control and mastery over their environment. Kids who wake up and they don't know what the day is going to bring are actually finding it very isolating and not very motivating at all. So structure, predictability, and consistency are very important for kids and adolescents. Tip number 3, have fun. I know it's hard, but be creative. This is a coronation, as one of my clients said. And there are certain things that you can do to kind of elevate your own mood. One of the things that I saw recently on social media was a dance studio called May I Have This Dance. And they're posting videos, they're not very long, maybe 10 or 12 minutes, of instruction on how to do the foxtrot or hustle or West Coast swing. And I thought this was a wonderful idea. Again, it's a short video, it's free. You can learn a new dance, you can enroll your partner or your children to participate with you. Again, dancing is another great form of exercise, but it doesn't feel like exercise. Another tip is to cook new dishes, try out new recipes, or in my case, let's just learn how to cook, all right? Note to self. Do-it-yourself home improvement projects. You have a honey-do list. Now you can make it a honey-did list. And paint or do those things that you've been putting off for a while. Another way to reduce anxiety is to get organized. Clear out your drawers, your coat closet, those, where you've got one mitten, things like that. If you did not wear it this winter, you probably are not going to wear it next winter. Declutter, get rid of things that no longer serve you in many ways, right? Donate them to Goodwill or another charity, Salvation Army. There are definitely people in need of those items. Another thing is that our fur babies are pretty important when it comes to stress. Did you know that petting a cat or a dog or another animal actually reduces your heart rate and lowers your blood pressure? Now you may be saying, Melissa, I don't have a pet. Well, that's okay, because animal shelters right now are allowing people to foster animals. So that's something that you can do to bring in some joy, some positive energy, some love into your home, and also will have added health benefits. Excuse me. Engage your younger children in chores. I had a mother who I suggested she enroll her 4-year-old in helping out with the laundry. And you can make a game out of it. You can say, hey, Johnny, let's see who can separate the clothes the fastest. and put all the darks over here and all the lights in this pile, and then have them, like whip the t-shirts into the washing machine. And, they want to feel like they're helpful. Kids really do. And if you can make it fun, they actually want to do it. And it serves a dual purpose because you still have chores to do and you're with your kids 24/7. And it's a really good way to have a feel-good moment with them. Another idea is to have a family movie night. Pop popcorn, allow each family member to pick their favorite film, and I would encourage you to choose comedy. Comedy also, laughing produces other neurotransmitters in the brain, which also elevate our mood. Tip number 4, give back. Be of service. There are ways that you can do this. Again, you can donate clothes or other items to a charity, or go to the website of a local restaurant or other business that's had to close down during this crisis. Some of them I know are accepting donations so that they're able to meet their payroll for their waiters or waitstaff or other employees. And by donating to one of these businesses, you can help someone who's also being financially effective. Another idea that I had is to write a letter or send a card to a loved one. Who doesn't like to receive personal mail? Handwritten notes go a long way. They cost, it's the cost of a postage stamp, and is another way to foster that social connection when we're not able to physically see our loved ones or friends. Number 5, I totally get the financial impact that this is having on people. An idea that I also had is when you're in that decluttering or organizing phase, you can look for items that may have value. Go through your jewelry box, go through your watches that you never wear, go through the attic, look at either their china that you don't use or art. These things may actually have value. Sell them on eBay or others consumer-to-consumer websites. If you don't want to take that effort, which is understandable, it can be a lot of work. Pawn shops, interestingly, are open for business. They're considered an essential service because they're helping people meet their financial needs. You can go to a pawn shop, get the value of your item, and it's quick cash. Number 6, if you need to vent or if you need some emotional support, know that we are here for you at St. Charles Counseling. We are able to offer video sessions or phone calls, if you want some additional emotional support or want to just touch base or you want to tune up. One of the things for baby here, one of the things that we know is that what brought our clients into therapy hasn't disappeared just overnight. In fact, some of the situations are even more elevated and the time is actually more stressful. So our clients, although of course who doesn't prefer in-person sessions, are finding it actually very effective to have that contact with us. So know that that's an option. Last but not least, if none of these 6 suggestions or ideas or tips work for you, we also recommend wine, red or white, either are good, as well as you could sprinkle some powdered Benadryl into your family's dinner. That will surely knock them out. Now, I'm just kidding, I'm totally kidding, but again, we want to be able to keep this light, find ways to look for the good in the situation. There are so many memes out there that just crack me up. But we do want you to be safe, take care of yourself, take care of your family, keep things in perspective. Always find 3 things every day that you can be grateful for, and that will help shift your perspective. So if you have any tips or suggestions that you would like us to share with our audience, please email me at melissajhill@stcharlescounseling.net. That's MELISSAJHILL@stcharlescounseling.net. In the meantime, be well, be safe, be happy, spread the hope and your own sense of well-being to those that are with you. And we will be in touch with any more developments that we have for you. Take good care. Thanks again for watching. We'll touch base with you later. Bye-bye.